What's up, Tauruses? This is your monthly overview for the month of March 2023. We have a big month coming up for you guys, but not only for you guys, but for all of us in the collective. There's like three major shifts, three major big sign changes, I should say, happening this month, which will really change the game for not only the next couple of years, but the next 20 years. So we're also going to be talking about, which two areas of life will be highlighted for you over this next coming month. We're going to talk about the new and full moon of this coming month, and give you a little examples of like what to look out for over this next coming month. So this is your video if you are Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, or if you fall for any other Taurus placements, but it will make more sense if you're a Taurus Rising. So what's going on for Tauruses this month? Well, the Sun will continue to travel through your 11th whole sign house of Pisces before entering your 12th whole sign house of Aries by the end of the month. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video, but the Sun will continue to focus, towards friendships, connecting with people, networking with your community, or just with people in your community. And Mercury will ingress your 11th whole sign house of Pisces on the 2nd, so like right at the beginning of the month. And Mercury being in the sign of Pisces could be a little challenging because it's in the sign of its fall. Mercury does a lot better in the sign of Virgo, which is about the pinpointing the details and communicating the details in a practical way. But Mercury in the sign of Pisces is opposite of that. This will kind of focus on the bigger picture, and this will focus on more of the spiritual side, having more faith in kind of what you're maybe following or communicating. Mercury in Pisces kind of speaks and communicates through images, pictures, like very artistic mind. So having Mercury in your 11th house, it could be a little challenging explaining maybe certain things to the people in your community, or people, not your coworkers, your colleagues, your people that you serve for, your community. So let's see what else I have here. But yeah, this is what your mindset's going to be shifting into over the next couple of weeks. So you're really going to be kind of focusing on, speaking through, images, to people in your community. I'm like repeating myself, but yeah, I think you guys get that. So the next thing happening, let's see, is this full moon happening in the sign of Virgo. You can see right here, the moon's in Virgo. This is a full moon. This is illuminating. This is culminating. The topics around 5th house matters, which is about creativity, romance, children, pleasures, all that stuff. You're finally being aware of what the sun and moon, well, actually I should say of what the moon is reflecting from the sun being over here in Pisces. So there's this huge stellium in Pisces. I will talk about Saturn entering Pisces after this, but we have this huge stellium like occurring in your 11th house. So this is like really the focus of what's going on. This is like really this is the focus of what's going on, and the moon is just reflecting your creative side and of how you connect to your community, to other people, or stuff like that. So the moon is just like reflecting all that stuff. And then so Saturn enters Pisces. This is one of the biggest things happening this month. This is the one big transit that will be shifting your your life for the next 2.5 years to 3 years, honestly. So Saturn entering Pisces, Saturn's about testing. It's about reality. It's about the authority figures, all that stuff. And Saturn entering your 11th house will really test your abilities when it comes to working with your community, working in the community, serving your community, maybe how you earn more money, or how you earn wealth. All these topics will be tested over the next couple years for you Tauruses, and it could be challenging. It could be really like very hard at times. But once you do the hard work, is what Saturn wants you to do, like always. You'll understand what steps you have to take to maybe get more wealthy, I should say, because it's 11th house, or to connect with more people. Maybe your networking expands, and not really expands, but just you start working with more people. Like, it could be online, this could be just at a normal job or whatever, but you could be maybe serving more people, or connecting to a large group, I should say, that brings more like social resources over the next couple years for you. So that's something that I could say. So let's see, the next thing happening, let's see, what is the next thing happening? I think it's Venus. Yeah, Venus, I believe, will be entering, I think that's the next one. Yeah, Venus will enter your first house of Taurus right here. You can see that. So Venus entering your first house of Taurus. Venus rules the sign of Taurus. This is your ruler entering your first house. So this is gonna give you the blessings to when it comes to like attracting more beauty, or bringing more beauty into your appearance, and attracting people that way. This is the sign of Taurus, so this could be with bringing more of an earthy kind of vibe to your personality or whatever, but you can receive probably more I wouldn't say attention, but like you will attract more people in the way you look, because this is the first house. It's about the self, and having your ruler here, this is just beautifying your personal self, your identity, all that stuff. So this could be a very exciting time for you, Tauruses. Venus will be going over the North Node eventually, and this is kind of just amplifying this area of life of wanting more stability in your character, or in the way you present yourself, or something like that. It could be a huge shift for you, Tauruses, honestly. Let's see, what else could I say? I think that's about it. Yeah, I mean, it can bring more warmth to your or comfort to your personality. Like, if you're around people will really absorb your relativeness to other people, or something like that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next thing is Mercury entering your 12th whole sign, house of Aries. This is towards the end of the month now. So Mercury entering the 12th house, this will shift your mindset again. The 12th house is about, the hidden parts of life, the subconscious, spirituality, the spiritual realm. But having Mercury here, the planet of communication, sharing ideas, or, how to verbalize it. This is kind of really focusing on maybe having a more spiritual mindset, but it's in Aries, so it could create more initiation and initiating new thoughts, or some spiritual thoughts, so to say. Let's see, what else can I say about this? You can do a lot more spiritual activities too. I mean, spiritual activities or mechanisms with your mind. You could be healing your mindset in a way, something like that. And the sun will follow basically Mercury going into Aries, and this could focus more on maybe bringing more escapism. This is kind of like an ending point to you, though, honestly. So there's something kind of ending, a cycle ending, but it's really focused on your subconscious side of life. This could be you could be having more, what's the word, vivid dreams or something. That's a huge thing that could happen for you, especially having Mercury there. It's your mind, it's your mindset. You could be dreaming or thinking about, you could be daydreaming maybe. But there's something initiating here in this area of life, followed by the new moon, which is basically about to enter Aries. So this is like refreshing this area of life for you when it comes to spirituality, and when it comes to mental healing. It's really about mental healing, honestly, the 12th house. You could be isolating yourself more, kind of retreating. This is kind of like the point of like refreshing your energy in a way. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what the main energy is going to happen once these planets get into Aries and all that stuff. So let me see. Okay, so the next thing happening will be Pluto entering your 10th whole sign house. And this is another big transit that's happening, and will actually begin starting this month and will leave the sign of Aquarius in like 20 years. So this is a 20-year long transit. Pluto will stay here from 2023 all the way, and then it'll go back into Capricorn, but like the next couple of years it'll stay in the sign of Aquarius and won't leave until like 2044. So this is a long transit. And what is Pluto? Pluto is about transformation. It's about the darker sides of life. This could be about obsessions. Pluto also represents like corporations, governments, all that hidden stuff beyond our perception. It's in the backdrops. But Pluto entering your 10th house, this is going to transform your career or your public life in a huge way. I'm telling you that, Taurus. Is like, this is probably one of the biggest transits out of all the signs, I'd say. The 10th house, this is about your career, any achievements that you want to create, long-term goals. All this stuff's going to be transforming into like something you probably won't even realize until Pluto leaves, or towards the end of Pluto's transit to this area of life. So your career life is going to be like transformed in a huge way. I can't emphasize that even more. So you may be learning new skills, new psychological skills, maybe building a new structure, like a solid structure for your public life, for your career. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I could say for about that. The next thing happening is Mars entering your 3rd whole sign house, Cancer. So this is another big transit that's happening during this month. Mars has been in the sign of Gemini since August of 2022. That's about 7 or 8 months. And that's signs, that's a long time. So now that Mars is finally shifting out of that area of life, it's in fresh territory. It's in new territory. It's in a new area of life for you. So Mars is about, action, desires, conflicts, arguments, severing. I don't know if I said passion, but it's very passionate. But it's in the sign of its fall of Cancer. Mars isn't the best. Mars doesn't really like to be in this sign, so to say. It could be very emotional at times. And it's in the area of life where it's like mainly focused on your local environment or local neighborhood. This could represent, siblings, neighbors, short trips, education, writing, interacting, social media, being sociable. So I mean, Mars will give you a lot more action in this area of life. You'll be more driven to like these topics, or to do more around these topics. But there could also create more conflicts or like disagreements or confrontations with neighbors, siblings, online, connecting with people online. So just be aware of that. So that's what I could see. But yeah, I think that's mainly what the main thing I could really talk about. So yeah, overall, this is the end of the video. Overall, this video, like the month for you, Taurus, it's going to be focused on this 11th house, of earned wealth, your community, connecting with friendships, or networking with people. But then once the planets ingress into Aries, this is the time to kind of like, retreat, so to say. But it's in Aries, so there's something starting here for you, and it's in the 12th house, or something kind of brewing up in the back of your mind. So this could end up, playing out, maybe throughout the next month or whatever. But this is the month before the sun will ingress into your 1st house of Taurus. So something big might be changing for you throughout the month. So that's what I could say for you guys. All right, if you want more description, look at the link in the description below. I will see you in the next video.